Check, check, check. Check, check, check. I think this one's working. Okay. Check, check, check. Okay. I think this is working just fine. Okay. Let's go into there and see. Okay, am I clipping at all when I do this? No, I don't think I'm clipping. Maybe just a smidge. Is that better? Does it... Is this microphone clipping? I don't think that that's clipping. I think that that's fine. Okay. Well, here I am. Maybe I should turn it down just a smidge. I'll turn it to 40. 40. Sound check. Check. 1, 2. Just a little bit. We'll make it 42. 42. Wow. Okay, I think this thing is live. I'm gonna just turn on my computer audio for a moment. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Oh wow, that connection is super fast. Test, test, test. Oh wow, that connection is super fast. All right, well, I sure hope there's no feedback now. We'll just have to see. All right, so I was a little confused about how to do this, but I wanted to make a pumpkin spice caramel ice cream. Very, very small batch. I just want to see how it turns out before, because that, took me a while and to make the caramel, and I don't want to just waste it. This I'm not so worried about, but I just went to the store today too. I needed more heavy cream cheese. Did I buy lemons? No, I did not. Gosh darn it. Okay. Oh, that's right. My dishes are clean. So what I'm going to do is just mix the ice cream batter with some of this other stuff. Now, there's no instruction for this because I'm doing it all myself. And also, let's see, where is it? There it is. I also have a pumpkin puree that I'm going to add to that. There's a tiny bit of vanilla in there if you were watching when I made that. But that's not a whole lot of anything else. Now, cinnamon. I'm one of those people that I think it can really, really overpower something if you use too much cinnamon. Like a little bit goes a long way. So let's see. Maybe we'll go for, since this is the very, very first one, I'm going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon. We'll see how that works out. That is just pure pumpkin that's been pureed. Cooked, pureed, roasted. So literally, I just have this ice cream, my traditional ice cream batter that I use for a lot of things. I don't know how much I should put in there though. You have to be very careful with the consistency. You need to have enough dairy in there for the ice cream. I've had some where they just don't form at all. Now I've had other ones where the stuff that I'm adding to it has some really interesting properties. Like dragon fruit, which is like a surprise hit. It was a sleeper. I didn't didn't think anything of it because dragon fruit, when you eat it, it's not like a really intense flavor. So I was like, well, here it's something tropical, right? They have lots of it in Vietnam. I learned that there are two different types. There's a red and a white dragon fruit. I used red dragon fruit for this ice cream. And I was kind of disappointed because it is like this really intense kind of fuchsia color and like neon. But when you cook it down and you begin to caramelize with the sugars and all of that, it turned into like a ruddy, brownish sort of color. But what also happened in the process that I wasn't expecting was that it really brought out the flavor of the dragon fruit, which that's a good thing. So how much caramel should I put in there? When I was in school, in grade school, elementary school, I'm just clarifying because I know that people from other countries watch this. There were different techniques that you could use in certain subjects, like math, for solving a problem. And your last resort was guess and check, which was always my favorite. You know, go with your instinct and then find out if it's right. Okay, so I was gonna say I'll do a half a cup. I feel like I should do more, right? Come on. Stop being a wet noodle. What's the worst that could happen? And then I'm gonna get this kind of situated, put it into a final cool down before it gets churned later tonight. Oh, what the heck. This is how Nick Reed measures. It's an art, you know, I mean, there's a lot of science in cooking. I think that's why I enjoy it. I have an optical spectrometer for measuring Brix units, and that translates to, you can figure out glycemic index values with those numbers. So that's pretty cool. What else? I'm so far behind on videos. Like that's one of my greatest stresses right now is that I have videos going back so long, and editing takes so long. And now, you know, in a run up for what I'm doing, what I've been working on for so long, one of the things that I'm kind of doing on the side is trying to build up my social media presence, because I abhor social media, but that's the world we live in now. So you have to adapt, otherwise you're not going to reach people. So I find myself in this unique predicament. Most people would just die to be in, you know, which is, I have to spend much more time on social media than I am. And I just can't stand it. I also try not to say I hate things because, boy, it could be a lot worse, right? Someone I knew, I won't mention names right now being the operative phrase. But he would always say, well, at least you're not digging ditches. And there's something to be said for that. But I've also learned that comparing misery doesn't really work, because no matter how bad your situation is, there's always going to be somebody who has been through something that, when you're talking, you know, objectively speaking, would be worse. You know, it doesn't matter how bad it is. the stuff that you've been through. Meaning, I often encounter people who are afraid, or they're hesitant to, I think, tell me things. This is something that's been ubiquitous. Everywhere I go, and I understand it, and it's out of a place of humility because they're like, boy, after hearing what you've all gone through, I don't even want to talk about my problems because they're so insignificant. But that's not true. And somebody else having a really bad set of circumstances doesn't make your own undesirable circumstances any less undesirable, if that makes sense. Somebody's always going to have it worse, but how does that improve your situation, right? When you need empathy and somebody that can feel your pain. So, all right, let's see what happens. Whoop. I learned very early on, never start this thing at full blast. Of course, the first time that I had it, I was just like, what? Stuff goes everywhere. So we start slow. I should have used a whisk, hey? Oh well. Well, this is going to be interesting. What did you do now, Reed? Okay. This is how I come up with stuff. Whoop. Yeah, let's not. There is a lot of cream and dairy products and all that good stuff in here, so I'm going to put a whisk on there, but you do not want to whisk that too long or too fast, otherwise it'll turn into whipped cream. And eventually, as I learned, or I should say, I've heard, if you completely forget about it, it turns into butter eventually. Then you come home from your workout and you got a bowl full of butter. Okay. So I've heard. Don't worry, this is all going back in. I should be wearing gloves right now, but we're going to try to get by without them. Okay. Now whisk it. Whisk it good. That's a lot less chaotic. So now, we'll see what happens. Oh dang, I'm gonna use that too. I'll just rinse that off. I was gonna go in the dishwasher, but... Hey, if anyone from KitchenAid is watching this, can you # at me some new mixer blades? That'd be great. I think that's how it works. You just say # at something, and then they give you free stuff. And it's a #, not a hashtag. Okay, this is looking a lot better. We'll see. Should I put it back in that one? No. I have very specific containers for each step in the process. These are my cool down containers. So I put the finished mixture in here, store these. These are airtight. Everything with ice cream, if you can, you should try to eliminate the air. And I also learned, too, is that, yeah, in that same light, if you've ever seen like at Cops or something, they take the pint and they kind of slam it down on the counter, and that's because it gets the air pockets out of it. And then, yeah, there are a number of ways to kind of reduce the water content. That's been an ongoing exercise in just trial and error, finding out what works and what doesn't. I was supposed to be meeting my friend Kevin, who I haven't seen forever, today because I'm buying a table saw from him. I saw a thing on Facebook and he's like, hey, I'm selling all my stuff. I've got this, this, and this, and this. Anybody want it? I'm like, I'll buy that table saw. Heck yeah. Me and Atver's gonna saw up all kinds of stuff now. Atver's is my neighbor, the son of the two neighbors across the street. And whoever else wants to join the party, I guess. Oh boy, this smells good. We'll see how this is. I've had some that don't turn out, so it really could go either way. I'm thinking I shouldn't have put the caramel in until it was churning. Oh well, we'll see what happens. You know, this is gonna be the KitchenAid hour too. I'm gonna do everything that I'm doing. I'm doing some baking too, but I'm gonna do this, which I just finished. And then I'm also going to be using the KitchenAid churning attachment versus the Cuisinart that I've been using on all of my other ones. Okay, so right now I'm using this wireless mic. And what I'm gonna try to do now is go over and switch the mics over to the piano and see what happens. Oh, and I need to change this camera view. OBS, going to here. Which one is that? Oh, you know what I can do? I know. All right, so I'm going to turn off that guy. Oops, that didn't work. Turn off this guy. Oh yeah, now we're in business. Bring this down. Oh yeah. And then there's that. And if I did this correctly, that's a big if. Then then I should be able, oh, you know, I'm gonna try something else next time, not this time. And this should go to that. Oh, if only you guys could see how ridiculous I look right now. That's on. Hey. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now I just need to bring this guy up one. See how sleek my transition skills are? Okay, there we go. All right, so I have a secondary audio system, and I'm gonna switch over to that now. Catch you in a sec. Oh, cool. Check, check. Okay, cool. You know the best part about this, moving over from the kitchen to here, is that I got my iPad back because I was using it to film the mixer. But I'll show you this. So, as you know, I travel quite a bit, and because of that, I have all the bells and whistles. So, you know, clear, global entry, pre-check, you name it. But I was like, no daughter of mine is going to be going through normal security or customs or any of those things. So I brought over my iPad, and when I was looking to pull up the music, a picture, her passport picture came up. So I'll show it to you. So that was her passport picture. She was not happy. Sorry about that. So that ice cream batter that I just came up with, I forgot to put it in the fridge, right? Can't cool it down without putting it in the fridge. So from now until I go to bed, it's all about brushing up on these two songs that I, just learned, but, haven't truly gotten down pat. So good thing is there's a lot of time. That's right. This one, there's no room for me to do too much craziness. The piano mics just sound a little bit off to me, so if I'm kind of pausing, that's also why. Oh, it might just be my mom. All right. There's a chance that you can actually hear the conversation that's taking place upstairs, but it's kind of a weird thing how sensitive all of this equipment is. Okay. I'm going to turn up the audio out. Okay. Can I make it louder than shame? That's the question. I'm also listening for feedback because I've had some weird things going on since I rerouted all of those channels. Isn't that a nice sound? You're not really expecting it to be that blue of a note. That's nice. And I also, this microphone blocks out like this much of the keyboard. Oh yeah, there's one up there. Like this much of the keyboard. Yeah, this much. Only like the most important part. That's okay. It helps me. Be nice if I came in on the ride. No. Oh, what did I do? Okay. I'm gonna save some of the other ones for the. Actually, no. Holy, holy, holy. That one. I didn't screw it up or anything today, but every time I hear it, and every time I look at the tempo markings and everything else, I'm like, yep, it's really supposed to be that fast. So I have to pick it up because it really moves along. All right. I need to get better at my page turning. That's part of the skill. So coming in, it gives, I'm also like coming up with contingency plans. So like, okay, if I over tap this one, here's how to quickly get back to where I was. But without any further ado, I can't believe all this stuff is working at the same time. And nothing's like blown up or crashed or stolen my identity. Okay. You know what I was just talking about? How I got better at page turning? That's a perfect example. We're going to just back up a few measures and try that again. This one probably worries me the most. But that's just because I need to practice it, which I'm doing now. I'm also kind of listening, determining like what's not gonna sound muddy. It's okay. That sounds like fun stuff for Nick Reed. That's okay. This is also the first thing I played in a little while that's in 3/4, so I have to keep that top of mind, like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's that. So 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna catch the F with my right hand, so 2, 3, and then I just play A flat D. I'm gonna catch the A with the right hand, so just octaves. That makes it simple. So much easier than what I had been doing. I don't know if I'm gonna try to go for the D. So it goes like this. I'll do that if I can, but otherwise I'll have to be happy with. It'll be fine either way. That would certainly, probably, almost likely guarantee me landing it more than the other way. I'm gonna be really happy when I know all this stuff like the back of my hand, and then I can have fun with it. Why would I do that? Isn't that easier than doing a jump? Okay. This one measure is like the one that really gets me. And it's because the first note of that next measure isn't coming in on like the normal rooted chord that you would want to normally hear. But that, I mean, it's fine because it's elsewhere, but B flats. And I can get all of that and make it sound better. Let's see if my brain will let me remember that. I think it is. Let's practice that part. That's not as sure of a thing. So we're going to do that. And I can almost do that, like with my eyes closed, so that's a good thing. The other way, I mean. So with my thumb over the B flat. Okay. We're not going to worry about the D. Sounds like a James Bond. That'd be more. Okay. What did I just say I was going to do here? Okay. Oof. Okay. Could be the headphones too. smoother gospel acclamation. So I decided not to turn the page back, and now I'm suffering the consequences. Then as soon as I stop playing, I just hear this droning. Let's get back to those problematic songs. Not that one. Not that one. This one. I am hungry and I have adoration at 9. I better start making dinner. Yeah, I should probably leave the camera on for that. 100 more times and then I'll be good to go. Okay. I think I'm going to end this and I'll start a new live thingy. Oofta.